how we can talk to the admin. We'll see how to
Okay,
do
no
that.
problem.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. Wow, it's unfortunate, to be honest. Right. Okay, so we're going to have a quick recap on make or buy decision, and then we'll move to shut down decision making. Sorry, forgive me, let me put this call. Okay, sorry about that. So, like I said, we've been doing some, questions on make or buy decision. The make or buy decision, in summary, is all about giving advice on either to make a product or to buy it from an outside supplier. Okay, and we know in order to do that, in order to provide that advice, you need to look at the marginal cost, and you need to look at the marginal benefits. Okay, and if it is cheaper to buy, you advise that it should be bought instead of being produced in-house. Okay, so those are some of the things we are looking at. So we're going to continue with it. I have one slide on that that we need to consider before we move to shutdown decision. Okay, it's fine to give those advices based on the finances, but that's not the only thing you need to do. The financial aspect is one thing, but then there are other non-financial aspects that are really important to the decision. Okay, for example, if a customer places an order, let's say for example, let's assume that you are a gun manufacturing company. A customer places an order to supply guns. Okay, so you have to consider whether to make those guns yourself or to get them from an external supplier. Okay, but what you consider is if you provide the order from an external supplier, does it have any other effect? It may be cheaper, for example, to buy from an external supplier. It may be cheaper, but then will your customer wants that? Will your customer wants to know that he is buying guns because you don't even know what he's going to use the guns for? Okay, so it's not only the case that you look at the costs, okay, but you also look at the non-financials, and some of these non-financials are really important. For example, if the components are subcontracted, okay, the company will have what? Spare capacity. You already have your machines, you already have your staff. Whether you work on that order or not, you still have to maintenance your machines. Assuming you hire the machines, you still have to pay the higher cost. You still have to pay for the rent. And if, for example, your staff are on salary, you still have to pay them. So will it be wise to subcontract it? Because if you subcontract it to an outside supplier, you need to pay everything. But then you will pay to that subcontractor to produce your order for you. And at the same time, you are going to pay your staff. Is that prudent? No, it's not prudent because it's not going to be, you're trying to run away from cost, but still you're going to incur more cost. Okay? So you need to ask your question also, is the subcontractor reliable? Okay, my customer placed an order. I have done my analysis. And then at the end of the day, I realized that based on financial grounds, it is cheaper to obtain from a subcontractor. But you need to ask yourself, if I place this order with the subcontractor, is the subcontractor going to deliver on time? Is he reliable? Is he going to produce to my test? Okay, so you need to put all those things into consideration. Okay, so the next thing is, will the subcontractor supply the same or improved quality components, okay, as the one produced internally? So quality must not be compromised because your customers are your king. They are your kings. So you don't joke with them, because if you joke with them, you're joking with your business. And if your customers, if their quality standards are compromised, then that means you're joking with them. Okay, so it's really, really important to ensure that the quality of the customer is met. The quality standard of the customer is met. Okay, that's really important. So you subcontracting to an outsider, you need to consider the quality. Okay. So the next thing is, does the company wish to be flexible and maintain better control over operations by making everything itself? Okay. So you need to look at the flexibility aspect of it. Then the fifth point is the going concern of the subcontractor. What do you mean by going concern? Can someone help with that? If you talk about going concern of a subcontractor, what do we mean by going concern of a subcontractor?
It's talking about how long that the company is going to last in business.
Okay, how long the company is going to last in business. That's the subcontractor we are talking about. Yes. So that means this subcontractor we want to give the order to, is he going to be in operations for next year, for 2 years, for 3 years, or in 5 years' time? Because assuming the customer keeps placing the order with you, you'll have to be contracting that subcontractor. So assuming the subcontractor's business is going to wind up soon, you have to think twice. Because if you give the job to the subcontractor and the business winded up, or the business is going to wind up soon, then you'll have issues with your own customer. So the continuity of the business of the subcontractor should be considered. So going concern is about the continuity of the business. Okay? So these points are really important that we need to factor in. Okay? So any questions or any contributions regarding make or buy decision? We're going to say buy to make or buy decision, and then we look at shutdown decision. Any comments or any issues you want to flag? Are you comfortable with make or buy decision? Shall we move? Shall we move, please?
Yeah, I think so, Mr. Fofana.
You think we can move? Okay.
Hello,
Yes.
hello, Mr. Fofana.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Hadijatu.
Yes, Hadijatu.
I am using my laptop, but I am
Okay.
unable to register using the Google Classroom. So I want assistance.
So you say you are using your laptop?
Yes, I'm using my laptop, but I'm here with
With Musa, yes.
Musa also. But he's
Yes.
using his mobile phone. But for me, I was using my laptop.
Okay.
Yes, I want to register using the Google Classroom, but like the link is not sent there.
Oh, okay. I can send it there quickly. Okay, fine. Good, good, good. Yes.
Okay.
I can. Oh, yes, I'll do that right away. Google Classroom. Yes. Right. I can do that. Send to Google Classroom. Okay, 1 second. I just send that to Google Classroom, and so that you can be able to access it. Where is Classroom? Right. I just do that quickly. Okay, so once I do that, can someone tell us what shutdown decision making is all about? When we talk about shutdown decision making, what are we talking about? What do you mean by shutdown decision making? Okay, are you with me?
Yeah, Mr. Fufana.
Yes.
Shutdown decision is like a decision that is taken by management to either shut down a particular segment of the organization or a
Okay.
part of the organization.
The organization. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. So, it is the decision that management can take in order to either shut down a particular branch or a particular department or a particular product line or service line. Okay? So, as accountants, we are supposed to provide that advice. So, how do we go about that advice? We need to provide some facts and figures based on the finances. Okay? So, when we are advising management on shutdown decision, what should we look at? What should we look at?
Profitability,
The profitability. Profitability of what?
a product line or a business line itself.
Okay. Okay, yes. How are we going to look at the profitability? Okay, I've sent it on Google Classroom already, so you can access it, yeah? For those of you who want to access it on Google Classroom, I've done that already. Okay?
Mr. Fufana,
Now,
we can say that the organization should look at the impact of shutting the how do I say it? The impact that if this particular part or segment of the business is shut down, it's cost based.
okay, good, good. So, yes, fine, okay. Somebody says you should look at profitability, fine, okay, but profitability in terms of what? Okay, so just like Hadi said, the best way to advise is by looking at the impact of the product or the department. If you close down a product or a department, what will be the impact on the whole organization in terms of cost and in terms of revenue? Okay, so that's the same as, of course, the profitability. Cost less revenue will give you the profitability. Okay, so in other words, if you shut down a particular product line, what are you going to gain and what are you going to lose? So if you're going to lose more than you're supposed to gain, on financial grounds, you're not supposed to shut down. But if you're going to gain more than what you're going to lose, you might as well shut it down. That's only on the only on financial grounds. Okay? But you need to look at the non-financial grounds. So to summarize it, if you want to advise management on a shutdown decision, what you do is you look at the financial implication on the organization if you shut down that particular product line. That is, if you shut down a particular product line, you know that naturally there will be some cost savings. Okay, and those cost savings we are going to consider in terms of decision making will only be the directly attributable cost, the variable cost, and any other relevant cost. Okay, those are the costs that we're going to save that will be part of the decision. And you look at the other side of it, if you shut down a particular organization, you are not only going to save cost, but that product or department may be bringing some revenue for you. So naturally, if you shut it down, you're going to lose those revenues. Okay? So what you're going to lose and what you're going to gain in terms of marginal cost and marginal benefits is what you compare. If what you're going to lose is going to be more than what you're going to gain, then you don't go ahead with the decision. Okay? As simple as that. Is that clear, everybody? Is that clear, everybody?
Yeah, Mr. Fufana, it is.
Yes, Mr. Fofana.
Okay, good. It's clear. So we can go. Right. Ibrahim Chan.
Yes, Mr. Fofana.
Ibrahim, yeah, okay. Mari is not around today. She said she's not feeling well also. What I want you to do for me is those that have not attended the class today, can you get their name, their MAT number, and their phone number, the phone number they use it for their internet classes? Let me have those, then I'll try to see how I can engage these people at admin. We'll see what's going to happen, okay?
Okay, all right.
So if you can give me those details, let's say before 7, no, please, I have not landed yet. Before,
Okay.
if you can give me those information before 7 this or before 8 this evening, I think that will be good. Then I'll try to see if I can talk to these people. Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, Kausu, yes, Kausu, what did you want to say?
Well, I tried to register, but then I cannot submit. I don't know why.
You cannot submit. I hope you
Yes,
filled all the required fields correctly.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Okay, what you'll do is just PM me with your details, then I can just copy and paste it on the register. Okay.
Okay, inshallah. All right.
After the class, I can do that. Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Pavana, as well, me also, I cannot submit that.
Yeah, for anybody, please, in case you cannot, just how to call it? In fact, don't PM me. Just put the message on the WhatsApp group, on the MA3 WhatsApp group. Then I'll just copy and paste on the register. Okay.
Okay.